Welcome to Hopkins Pavilion. Today's first district matchup against Hopkins. Should be an exciting one. Hopkins coming in with a 3-4 record. Doesn't tell the tale though. Played 2 AA teams already and had a couple of other pretty close games. Looked like on A opponents weren't giving up a lot of goals.
Yep.
AA opponents, I think on one of them they were like 12-7.
Something like that I did see, yeah.
I'm going to look it up. But as we were mentioning yesterday, last year Hopkins Bantam A team was tremendous. Had size, speed, skill. Seeing some of the same names, but a lot of new ones. Number 11 for Hopkins. Dad played in the NHL, Mr. Hillen. So there's the pedigree for sure. This ice looks pretty good. Sometimes when you've got a warm day, it can get pretty soft in here. But today it looks solid. Boys are donning their black unis. My personal favorites out of the new 3 that they got this year. They've got the white, the orange, and the black. The OMG across the crest is pretty slick looking. Out of the 3 new ones, Ryan, what's your favorite?
You know, I think the boys like the orange, and I think we're going to see it an awful lot. And I like these black ones. These are if I were choosing, I'd go with these black ones.
Yeah, I heard there's a split decision in the locker room on what to wear some days. So kind of interesting. All right, so back to what we were talking about earlier. Hopkins has played a couple of good opponents. They're currently 3-4. Their last game was on the 2nd against Woodbury A, who's a strong opponent. Woodbury's got a kind of a powerhouse of the East program. They lost to them 3-2. Beat Wayzata 1-0, and that's what I'm saying. In back-to-back games, they've only given up 4 goals, or excuse me, 3 goals in back-to-back games. Chaska A is kind of the one I'm not sure about. They lost to them 4-2. It's hard to judge because Chaska was our first game of the year. Kind of had that weird injury in the middle. It was kind of a discombobulated game. What I'm remembering, Anderson made a lot of saves that game. That's the one that sticks out to me the most. But then they pounded on Northern Lakes 10-4, beat Hibbing Chisholm, which traditionally, that's a really strong Bantam A program. Beat them 5-3, and then Forest Lake 12-7 loss, and Lakeville South 5-0 loss. But point of note, they played Forest Lake and Hibbing on the same day. I don't know which way it went. So when you lose 12-7, could have been the second out of those 2 games.
Yeah, I wonder if it was a tournament up that direction maybe early in the season.
Yeah, maybe like a little northern swing.
Yep.
But I think Northern Lakes is over in Pequot.
That's Brainerd area for sure, yep.
Hard to say. But usually the way Hopkins plays is with kind of a heavy game. They're not as big as they were last year. Last year they had some monstrous kids on their team. But I still think they've got kind of that bite in their game. And as I said, Hillen on their team is the son of a former NHLer who looks, I think he's on the bench over there standing in the middle. So I'm sure he's probably got some pretty good strategy to go along with the skill.
Goaltender looks small.
Yep, and they only have 1.
Yep.
Donning red pads, so I wonder where home is for him.
It might be a gal too. I can't remember. One of the teams we're playing in the next week.
I would say, judging by the ponytail coming out of the back of her outfit, that could be pretty good, right?
And their red pads, don't they co-op girls hockey with St. Louis Park, maybe?
Yeah, I would imagine.
So,
do you think you can't play both though? Can you?
No, I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't think it'd be dual.
When she goes to high school, she'll wear that color.
So they have them covered, or maybe they've taken them down. The high school conferences are changing this year.
Yep.
So now Maple Grove, I believe, will be in the same conference as Hopkins, if I'm not mistaken, in the Lakes Conference, which is what Hopkins was playing in. So I don't know if Hopkins moved out and we moved in.
Yeah, I don't know how that works either.
We'll have Edina, we'll have Eden Prairie, Minnetonka.
Yep.
Much different regular season for the boys in Crimson this winter. It should be interesting. Well, Hopkins has to replace the scoring of Torrin Tompkins from last year, who had, like I said yesterday, over 140 points. They also had a guy named Madden Brown who could really fill it up, and a solid decor. Most all of our games are just heavyweight matchups, back and forth, physical, usually won and lost on the power play. So we'll see what today brings. Last time we played here, the whole crowd was full.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. It was, I think it was 2-3 in the state. Had a tilt toward the end of the year. It was an exciting time. Right now, if you're into the Youth Hockey Hub now rankings, Hopkins is sitting at 28 with their 3-4 record. New Prague tops the charts at 7-0 for Bantam A. Moorhead 6-0. Osseo Maple Grove 5-0, and Edina already with 10-1. Whoa!
That's a aggressive schedule.
In earlier news, the Bantam AA's won today in Chicago. They unfortunately went all the way to Chicago to play Edina in the championship and Eden Prairie in the semifinal, but knocked them both off en route to the CCM Showcase Championship. I believe the last time they won that was several years back. So pretty big accomplishment there. There's a bunch of AAA teams that play in that tournament. So hopefully the boys in black keep the momentum going.
Yep.
This game will be a little bit different than what we've been calling. This will be 3 15-minute stop time periods.
Unless we're up by 6 or more.
Correct. Zam in between the second, third. Ryan, take it away.
All right. Looks like we've got Bergman, Schutz, and Kaminsky. Varian pushed it up to Bergman. The other defenseman is Seppelt. Seppelt now with it. Hopkins tried to walk around him, couldn't. Seppelt gets it out of the zone, and it goes to Bergman in the middle. Bergman now got it chipped off his stick by a back checker, and they push it into the corner. Hopkins has it, goes behind his own net, brings it up the half wall, now to the blue line and out, but Bergman turns it right back in and leaves it there. Pushed it towards Schutz. Now Bergman gets it back, goes to the middle, that's Schutz. And Schutz goes down to Kaminsky behind the net. Kaminsky brings it out. This will be Seppelt. Seppelt now pushes it deeper down towards Kaminsky. Kaminsky all alone in the corner. He battles through 2 Hopkins guys. Bergman comes to help. Hopkins has 2, and we've got Kaminsky and Bergman. Now it'll go to the other side for Schutz to attack. Schutz battles there, nobody to help. But he does win the battle. He's got Bergman out front. Schutz shoots a sharp angle shot off the side of the net and off the glass behind. And now Bergman battles. 2 Hopkins players, they come away with it, but they give it right to Seppelt at the point. Seppelt shoots, nice low shot. Goaltender freezes.
Great opening minute there for Osseo Maple Grove. 3 shots on goal to start. I saw Schumacher building that speed, and it reminded me of him last year. Thankfully, our forwards came together there, sealed them off at the blue line, and had sustained pressure for the first minute of the game. I think we're going to have to see more of that this year.
All right, so that faceoff goes on net, and now it's Sowards behind. Sowards pushes it back towards Wydra. Wydra pushes towards Henry but couldn't connect. Now Wydra battles with 2 Hopkins players, gets it out to Faust. Faust shoots, nice high shot. Goalie makes the save, no rebound.
4 shots on goal early. Unfortunately, we've hit him right in the crest a couple of times. See if we can get some bodies in front, take the eyes away, or hit her rather.
All right, face-off goes to the corner. Hopkins picks it up there and goes behind their own net. Sowards comes in and bumps him, but he was able to pass it out. And it comes out here neutral, and now Faust will chase back in his own zone. He'll pick it up at the dot and look. Gets it right up here to Henry. Henry tried to chip it to Sowards and does. Sowards has it across the red, now across the blue onside. Sowards still has it. He's got Wider in front. He shoots one across the crease, and it comes out to the point. Faust is able to keep, pushes it down towards Sowards. Sowards rings it out, but right to a wing that was covering the point. Hopkins is out 2-on-2 with 2 back checkers. Martin pushes his guy to the corner, and then Faust takes that pass away. Gets pushed up. This will be Sowards. Sowards to Wydra. Sowards stops and makes a change. Wydra fires high and over the net and goes in the back of the netting.
I don't think Sowards realized they had 3-on-2 there when he peeled off. He'd gone end-to-end a couple of times into his shift. Great opening 2 minutes for us, so everybody's moving, looking sharp. I was wondering about yesterday after playing kind of a physical hard game if they'd come out a little lethargic, but they look like they're ready for the challenge.
Yep. So we've got Eisen, Chung, and Schneider, Bear, and Kampa. D-to-D for behind the net for Hopkins, and actually it was Schneider that took it away, and then Eisen. Now they battle there. Eisen picks it up through some skates and has it. He goes out off the boards to Kampa. Kampa in his skates, can't find it. Does keep it in though. The Hopkins player couldn't find the puck either, and it comes out. Now it'll come to Kampa. Kampa's going to turn it up the boards. Got bumped there and got it in the zone. They go D-to-D. They're going to neutral zone regroup here, and here they come. Across the blue line onside. Shot comes into Anderson, a rebound lays loose, but it comes out to Chung. Chung pushes it outside the blue line and now pressures the defenseman in neutral. Nice job of Ison coming to help Chung now, and Hopkins comes away with it. Kampa takes that just inside his own zone, gets it up to Schneider. Schneider couldn't get a stick on it, and it goes, and it is going to be icing. Just bounced right over his stick, unfortunately, and we'll have a defensive zone face-off.
Well, 4-1 early on. Anderson made a glove save. We were able to clear that one out of the slot. We rotated through all lines now. Everybody's got their ice or their touch on the ice. They're starting to turn the heaters down because it's getting hot in here already. Great draw.
Face-off goes out to the defenseman, goes through, shuts his skates, and we're going to have an icing.
That play is so effective if you get the angle right.
Yeah. And it's unbelievable that nobody knows how to cover it.
I know. There's a variation to that play where you make it look like you're coming this way, but you have another guy swinging through the middle and you split the D. I don't know if you remember us doing that a couple years ago. I'd like to see them mix something in once in a while in case somebody pinches down on them.
Right. All right, so Varian in the corner now with Kaminsky's help. 3 Hopkins guys below the goal line, and now Varian comes away with it, gets it out to Schutz. Schutz has some time, he goes far side to Bergman, right on the tape. Bergman's across the blue onside. Bergman drives wide, turns the defenseman, gets bumped behind the net, and now he battles with 2 guys. Bergman can't quite get it, but Schutz pushes it back behind, and now we'll chase. Seppelt to pinch, Seppelt comes in, they pass past him, gets to the blue, and not out. Seppelt has it, and he's going to walk it. No, he gives it to Schutz. Schutz over to Bergman. Back to Schutz. Oh, really nice touch passing there. All tape-to-tape passes, just couldn't connect on the shot. Now it's Hopkins across the blue. On sides, he blows past Kampa. Nice save by Anderson. Shuts the door on the rebound, and it comes to Schutz. He takes his time and looks. Schutz now looks far side for Bergman. He knocks it down and has it at center. Bergman across the blue. He's got 3 to beat. He pulls it back, and then he got taken away from a back checker. Hopkins will pick it up in their corner, push it up to the dot. Now out to, this is Martin. Martin waits for Wider to come on side and then dumps it in on net. Wider chases, tried to get a stick on that puck, and he's able to get some help from Sowers, and they push it behind. And now they leave it there for Hopkins to just take away. This is Wider. Wider made him get rid of it. He pushes it to the middle. Nice bump by Wydra, and now it's Henry. Henry now across the blue. Henry shoots. Oh, hit the top of the net. Just went over the shoulder of the goaltender. Nice job by Faust to take a body and just let the puck bounce through. And now he picks it up in his own zone. Faust off the boards up here to Wydra. Wydra's going to chip it out towards Henry, but not enough. Didn't get enough of it to get it out in the middle. And now Hopkins will retreat in their own zone. Picked up by Martin at the blue. It's in Wydra's feet, and he can't find it. And now we're back. Sowers. One-man wrecking crew here. Sowers is taking 3 guys on this shift. This is Faust. Faust with some speed. He's nobody in front of him, so he walks it into the zone. Faust. Left it there for Sowers. Sowers behind the net. Sowers gets it out on Henry's stick. Henry tried to backhand it towards the goaltender. Goaltender makes the save, and it comes back. Goes behind. Hopkins will be the first to it. Schneider's on him. Schneider goes down, but Kampa and Bear are back. Cross-ice pass. Kampa does a good job of tying his guy up, and they had to fire it back behind the net. Schneider. Schneider tried to go to Henry. Henry's going to go make a change. Hopkins is going to retreat in their own zone, D to D. Hopkins gave it right up to Chung in the slot. Chung all alone. Goaltender makes a really nice save. Puck is in the corner, and Hopkins picks it up there. Nice save by the goalie on that Chung shot. He had quite a bit of time and just couldn't find any open spots. This is Ison. Ison right at the blue line, pushes it into a Hopkins player, swings and misses, and here comes Hopkins 3-on-2 with Ison back checking. Kampa keeps him to the outside. Anderson makes the save, goes back behind, and Chung will pick it up at the wall. Now Ison, he pulls it off the wall, and he's got Schneider in the middle. Schneider has to wait for it, though. He picks it up, pushes it low on net. Goaltender leaves it there. Kampa forechecks. Kampa backs off, and our forwards start the forecheck. Swing and a miss by Schutz, and here comes Hopkins. 2-on-2, Hopkins on side. They get a cross-ice pass. Kampa will pick him up and push him in the corner. Slide it out in the middle, though, and now out to the point. Defenseman shoots, goes off a body. Kampa blocked that. Kampa in the corner. Kampa off to Schutz. Schutz tried to push it up the blue line. Gets to the blue, but not out. Now it is out, and it comes to, this is Bergman. Bergman across the blue, 1 to beat. Bergman slides it through his skates. And the defenseman played it really well. Played the body, got in his way. Nice defensive play. This is Bergman now behind. Leaves it for Kaminski. Kaminski has a little time. He walks to the middle, fires. Goaltender makes a save. Couldn't find the rebound, but it does go behind. Shuts to Bergman. Bergman kicks that out of the air, and now it'll come to Hopkins, and they go behind. They push it up to the wing. This is Varian. Varian pushed it in, got it through the slot. Bergman was tied up there. Bergman battles. Now it's Seppelt. Seppelt down to Bergman. Bergman and Hopkins player battle at the half wall. Now it comes to Schutz. He was able to push it to Kaminski, and he ties up right in the slot. Schutz finds a backhand. Goes to Hopkins, knocked down by Varian at the blue line. Varian shoots. Rebound is frozen by the goaltender.
Take a breath, Mr. Bear. That was about 4 straight minutes of gameplay, end-to-end action. I think you said tape to tape a few different times in there, and that's been great to see. It's a speed game, and hitting people in stride is important. We do have to be real careful with Schumacher. He blew around one of our defensemen. He's got some major league speed. That's going to take a team to stop him, as I already said, so watch out for number 18.
All right, Seppelt at the point now. Seppelt puts it back down towards Kaminski. Kaminski fires it over, but out of the zone to Varian. Varian now regroups in neutral. Pushes around one, gets bumped, and gets it back, and now he's going to push it in the zone. Comes to Schutz. Schutz is going to shoot. They couldn't get enough of it. It rolled off a stick, but he goes to Kaminski on the backhand. Kaminski behind his own net. Sorry, Kaminski out to Varian, and it gets frozen by the goalie. This goalie's playing really well.
Yeah.
We're going to have to
I think as
make
I was
some
saying,
passes. And
what we just saw right there is half the recipe. Get it up top, get people in front, take away her eyes, and battle for some rebounds, because if she's seeing it, she's saving it right now.
Absolutely. All right, comes out to the point. That's Martin. We run the play. Here comes that's Henry and Wydra. Wydra behind. Now Sowers will come in, but he swings and misses. Now it's back to Henry's side. Henry, nice pinch there by Martin. He couldn't get enough of it though, and they come out and they get it out to the blue. And this will be Faust. Faust ships it ahead towards Wydra. He has to wait, but he picks it back up in neutral. Now he gives it to Henry. Henry's across the blue onside. Henry fires low.
Ooh. Is it in? It's
in. That's a Henry goal.
See, nice shot.
Right in the 5-hole. I think she tried to change her paths to direct the rebound, and she opened up the 5-hole, and it just slid right through. Wasn't a very hard shot, that's for sure. But we'll take it. So 6:07 to go in the period. Ossium Ippergrove leads 1-0. Just when I said she was playing really well, and then she
one snuck between the pads.
Yeah, let us one.
That was on our
through.
10th shot of the game.
That's the average. That's the number you want to see.
Yep.
Shot gets knocked down by Martin. Comes to Faust. Faust pushed it around to the wall. That was Sowers, but he pushed it right to Hopkins. Save goes off Anderson, and it comes out here to the blue line. And now Wydra was able to get it, but not keep. And we'll go face off in the neutral zone.
5:46 left here in the first. Shots are 10-4. Maple Grove's carried most of the play so far, but there's been some dangerous opportunities in front on our end. Anderson looked sharp early on.
Face-off rolls back towards, that was Bear. Bear pushed it to Schneider. Schneider up to Eisen. Eisen couldn't handle, and Hopkins will pick it up just inside their blue line. They push it out right to Bear. Bear on a backhand kicks it to his skate, but couldn't find it. Hopkins now will regroup again. Hopkins comes to the wing. They're at the blue, at their own blue. Nice attack there by Eisen, and now it's Chung. Chung's in the zone. He shoots. Rebounds loose, and no, that was Schneider first. Now Eisen. Schneider gets it back. Schneider looks towards Chung in the middle, but he couldn't connect. Here comes Hopkins. Hopkins pushed it up to the half wall. Camp pinches, and it gets out of the zone. Bear picks it up at neutral and looks. Bear off the boards to Schneider. Schneider gets enough of it to push it in. Chung's on it. Comes out to Campa. Campa has it just inside the blue line. Walks around one. Now he looks. Feathers one in the middle, but nobody was there, and everybody's sticks were tied up. Bears back with, that's Eisen. Eisen covering for Campa. Campa now pushed it up to the wing. This is Chung, and out to Schneider.
Beautiful breakout.
Yep. Schneider has, the whole group's changing, so Schneider's all alone. Tried to walk one guy out of the 5 he was against, and he didn't get around him. Bergman picks this up, goes back to the point. D to D. This will be Seppelt in his own zone. He needs to get this out, and does. Gets it up here to Kaminski. Kaminski has it, and he's going to dump it in deep. Now we'll chase. First one to it is Hopkins with Schutz on his tail. Varian's able to keep, gets it to Schutz. Schutz tried to throw it to the middle, but Kaminsky was up high, covering for Varian, and Hopkins picks it up in their own slot and gets it out of the zone. They're at the blue line. This is Kaminsky. Kaminsky over to Varian. Varian up to Bergman. Bergman's just outside his own blue, and he gets his wheels moving. Bergman fires it in deep, offsides though, and we'll get a face-off at the neutral zone, far side dot.
Well, it went from being a tanning booth in here to cold again. The heat got turned off. You can hear them registering up there, but it has dropped significantly. Maybe it'll help the ice stay slick for the boys.
All right, so it comes towards Henry. Henry pressures, but Hopkins is able to get it up to the wing. And they're in the zone, but not on sides, and we'll have another face-off in the neutral zone.
Well, some of the parents spend some time over at Wild Boar ahead of the game today. Nice little spot if you find yourself on Main Street, Hopkins. It's a cool downtown area. I like it.
All right, so Varian pushed it over to Soward. Soward's in the zone. He's got Wider in the middle. Soward gets taken out, and he takes the goaltender out when he slid through, and now it's Hopkins to push it behind their own net. Wider picks that up, pushed it towards Henry, but it goes behind, and Sowards will attack with Henry. Henry couldn't connect. They ring it up, and now it's out to Seppelt. Seppelt down to Widra. Widra at the half wall. Seppelt's going to keep again. He gets one towards the net, but not on net, and it goes in the corner. Sowards races for it there and bumps with a Hopkins player. Hopkins picks it up, and they're going to get out. Nope, got knocked down. Nice stick there by Widra to keep it in the zone and knock that down. He gets it a little bit deeper. Now it comes out. This will be Seppelt. Seppelt goes D to D over to Varian. Varian at his own red line, at the center red line, and pushes it deep. That hit Sowards, almost went out of play, but stays in. We wait, and then he pushes it back in. Now Sowards will chase. Everybody else changes. Sowards the only forechecker. He bumps there. Sowards does enough to keep everybody tied up until help comes. He's the only one now in a long shift, and he's going to most likely head towards the box, but this is Martin to pinch. Sowards does leave now, and Martin kicks it to himself. Now gets it out to Bergman. Bergman on the side of the net, goes up over the net. Rebound comes to Faust. Faust pushes it deeper towards Kaminsky. Kaminsky again cycles it down towards Chung, and Chung picks it up behind. Chung now has Schneider there. Schneider got bumped though, and it went towards Kaminsky, couldn't connect. Schneider again shovels it towards Kaminsky, now Schneider. Schneider can't handle, and Hopkins comes away with it. They push it up to the blue, and Martin picks it up. Now he shoves it over to, this is Faust. Faust in on sides. He rings it around towards Schneider's corner. Schneider will chase there. Schneider bumps with two Hopkins players, and Hopkins is able to win the puck. Now they come near side. Faust pushes it towards Chung, kept it in the zone. Schneider tried to bang it deeper, and Hopkins comes away with it, and now they're out. This is Kaminsky. Nice job of taking the hands away, but he fired it right on the stick of a Hopkins player. Anderson sees that one, and gloves are down.
Well, fifth shot of the game for Hopkins. Nice glove save there by Mr. Renner Anderson. I don't know if you noticed while you were recording, but a couple of the kids were running up and down the glass, banging on the ref's ear. The parent had to come and scold them. Nice pass here by Campen to Schutz.
Right, Schutz in on with one guy on him. He protects, he shoots. Defenseman was able to disrupt just enough so he couldn't make a move, and he had to just get a shot off. Bear keeps that in now, and it goes in the corner. This will be Bergman. Now over towards Eisen, and it comes out to Bear. Bear at center. Now he just inside his own blue. He fired it up to, that's Bergman. Eisen now attacks. Eisen is able to take it from one Hopkins player, but the other one's able to push it in. Now Bear stumbles, gets enough of it to push it out, and Eisen will pick it up. It's a 2-on-3. 3-on-3 now, and Hopkins comes away with it. Now Bergman. Bear's going to pinch. Hopkins tried to push it back. That gets out in the slot. Shot goes up and over again. Bergman, that was actually Eisen this time that shoveled it up high. Now Bergman behind. He's got Eisen in front. Hopkins is able to take it away and bump him there. Got off a shin pad though and bounced out to a Hopkins player right at the dot. Schutz gets taken down. Hopkins should be going to the box here.
I was getting ready to say this is going to be the fastest 15 minutes in hockey.
Right? I feel like I haven't stopped talking.
Yeah, we'll have a quick stoppage here as one of the players for Hopkins will go to the box for a trip on Schutz.
Number 15 it appears. Tripping, 2 minute.
coach is offering some advice from the bench. This group has had a hard time getting the puck settled down in the offensive zone. See if they can do it here.
24 seconds till the end of the period, then we'll get to start the second on the power play if we don't score quick here. So Campa has it. Campa goes D to D, gets it over towards Sowards. Sowards down low to Bergman. Bergman got it out to Wider. Wider got a shot on, but it went wide. Now Schutz. Schutz up to Campa. Campa D to D to Sowards. Sowards shoots. Rebound goes in the corner. Hopkins will pick it up there and try to chip it past, but Sowards knocks it down, pushes it out in the middle, and that's the end of the period. That was a quick one for sure.
Yeah, that was fast. Well, we'll start off the second with a minute 36 left on the power play. Shots on goal by my count after one are 13-4, 13-5, 13-5. We were very close.
12-5. Shots are 12 for us, 5 for them.
Yep. Lone goal scorer of the period, Mr. Dylan Henry, on a C&I shot that stuck through the wickets of the Hopkins goaltender. The crowd filled in here.
Well, B1 White plays right after us.
Ah, okay.
So we should get some additional fans as they roll in for their 4:30 game, I believe.
All right. So I don't know if you saw the kids hanging on the wire, and you might think, why is there a wire? Well, in the summertime, they play box lacrosse in here, so they drop all the netting down.
Yep.
I don't know if you've watched box lacrosse, but that ball flies everywhere. If they didn't have that net, the parents would be in jeopardy every second of the game. So it makes a lot of sense that they've got it. It's kind of a cool setup to watch.
It's nice they take it up for hockey because there are a lot of rinks that especially I think North Dakota has some sort of law that requires them to have netting between the fans and the ice.
I'm going to get it wrong, but the NHL changed their rules when I think her name was Amelia or Isabel. As a young girl got hit behind a net, and that's why you have all the netting now in the NHL, rightfully so, because when
similar to baseball too.
Right.
They extend it now all the way to all the way to the dugouts at least.
When Leaf was 11, he got to play in the Edmonton Mall, and they wanted the spectators to stand outside the netting, but they wouldn't because you could see better. People would get pegged all the time because the boards are so low. And at 11, you can shoot pretty hard.
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. All right, 1:36 left in the power play. Ryan, let's do it.
All right. Same group, Schutz, Sowards, Wydra, Bergman, and Campa. Wydra has it across the blue line, and he'll set up shop in the corner. He leaves it for Bergman, but a little too strong, but Sowards helps with the skate. Bergman now waits and looks. He's got Wydra. He waits. Now he slides it to him. Wydra gets a shot. Rebound comes to Schutz. Goaltender had it, and then she kind of lost it for a half a second, but she's able to cover it up and freeze it. 1:17 to go in the penalty. Same group will stay. That's how that power play is supposed to work. Get it to the bumper, get a shot, and then go for the rebound.
That's how it worked a lot last year.
Yep. Comes out here to Bergman. Bergman goes D to D to Campa. Campa now slides it over to Sowards. Bergman gets in his spot and picks up the puck. He slides it out to Schutz, and now it just couldn't quite connect. Schutz had a good opportunity there, wide open net. He just couldn't get enough of a stick to square it up. This is Bergman behind. Bergman now looks. He's got Sowards and Campa. He gives it to Campa. Campa down to Schutz. Shoots off a glove. Rebound goes to Bergman. Bergman pushed it up to Sowards. Now to Campa. 50 seconds to go on the power play. This is Sowards, and it goes to Schutz's side. Schutz will pick it up there, push it out towards Campa, but it bounces over his stick. No ice. 39 to go in the penalty. Campa picks it up in his own zone and looks. He gives it to Schutz, but it goes off the wall, and this will be Bergman. Nice job of Bergman. He's going to leave it for Schutz, but miscommunication, and Hopkins picks it up there. Sowards attacks. They push it up. They're outside the zone. Sowards has to get out. Now he is. Now he's got Wydra. Wydra inside the zone, onside. He's going to set up in the corner. Left it out in the middle. Campa walks, shoots, rebounds loose. Still loose, still laying there. Hopkins picks it up, and they fire it out, and they'll ice it. We'll have about 6 seconds to go in the penalty.
Well, 4 shots on goal. That's the most sustained pressure we've had on a power play, I feel like, all year, with the exception, I mean, we scored early a couple of times, but haven't had that kind of puck possession in the zone really yet. And all it took was them to start to move.
And Hopkins did not pressure as hard as Hutch did yesterday. That really,
great point.
They struggled with that. This is Chung behind. Chung gets bumped, and here comes Hopkins. Hopkins has a guy out of the box. We better pay attention. Full strength. Comes to, this is Seppelt. Seppelt turns, gets around one guy. Chung picked it up there, put it out towards Ison, and it gets to the blue, but not out. Now it is out. And now Ison up to Chung. Chung in the zone. He tried to pull around a guy, but he gets pushed in the corner. Hopkins is the first to it. That was a dangerous hit, and he's going to go to the box. This might be 10. I don't know what they're going to call here.
I don't think so. I think it was just a rough
cross check. He called him.
Right.
It was close. It was definitely on his shoulder, but a little bit on the backside, perhaps. But
thankfully, he was close enough to the boards where he didn't make principal point of contact with the boards with his head.
Yes.
So we'll go to the penalty kill here with 12:56 left here in the second. They haven't updated the scoreboard, so if you are looking at the scoreboard as Ryan pans, it is in fact the second period.
All right, face-off comes to, that was Varian. Varian pushed it to the corner. Now Hopkins will set up their power play. That's Sowards comes out to pressure, and they push it down to the half wall. Varian and Sowards both pressured the Hopkins player at the half wall. He pushed it up to the point. This is Schutz. Schutz tried to pick off that pass. It went over to this far side, and they push it through the slot and then over to the near side now, and here comes Sowards. Sowards and Schutz shorthanded. Sowards goes wide, gets it deep. Nice job. Now he gets bumped behind. Puck, leaves the puck there, though, and he picks it back up. Tried to go to Schutz. Goaltender will freeze it. We'll have an offensive zone face-off on the penalty kill.
From what I remember from last year, they would set up on that side, and then they had, actually it was the opposite because Tompkins was a lefty, and they would make that seam pass often. Now they've got Schumacher on this side. It was open, and he was there. If he drops down, we'll have to make sure we're getting our sticks in that lane.
All right, Kaminsky on the face-off pushes it in the corner. Hopkins picks it up and goes D to D. Hopkins now still in the power play for another 118. Comes out to Martin. Martin off the boards. Hopkins will pick it up. They have to wait because there's a guy in the zone. Now they're onside. And it comes to Martin. Martin pushes it up to Wydra. Wydra gets it across the red and dumps it in. No ice.
Good heads-up play there.
And Wydra wins the race here. First one to it. Tried to push it out to Kaminsky. Goaltender freezes it. Wydra ends up on the back of the net, but everything's good.
It was a heads-up play. You know, get it deep and you're killing a penalty,
and then
make them go 200 feet.
Win the race.
Yep.
I mean, that's fantastic. 1 minute to go in the penalty now. Chung. And Sowards push the face-off in the corner. Hopkins goes D to D. They push it out to the center, and it's a nice breakout on the power play. Excuse me. Hopkins in the zone. They'll set up just inside the blue. Go D to D, and they'll look here. He looks, and goes down in the corner. Martin on him. Martin now, this is Sowards. Sowards gets knocked down there, and it comes out to the point. Anderson sees that one well. Rebounds loose. Anderson's still there, though, and it goes behind. Now it's on the near side corner. This is Sowards. Sowards tried to push it towards Martin, couldn't, and Hopkins will pick it up at the half wall. They go out to the point. They're right at the blue line, but they keep it in, and then it comes out to the side, goes off of Martin's shin pad.
Blocked by Martin.
And goes in far side now. Out to the point. D to D. Nice stick by Schutz to knock that down and slow it down, but it does come to Hopkins. Nice save by Anderson. Puck's in the crease. Lays loose, and now we're full strength. Chung's back on. This is Faust. Faust chips it around towards Sowards. Sowards. Chung made his defenseman worry about him, and he gets it outside the blue, and they battle here.
Hopkins kind of got away with one there during that power play. Schumacher stuck his leg out on Sowards. Sowards went down, turned the puck over, and then they had the extended zone time. But Anderson stood tall.
Yep. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. 10:38 to go in the period.
Hopkins picked up 3 shots on that power play.
This is Bear. Bear pushes it ahead. Hopkins will pick it up at neutral and go back in their own zone to the D. They D to D and regroup here. Good pressure. Comes out to Camp, but he can't handle. Bear has to race. Bear picks it up and gets it out to Schneider. Schneider now far side. Tried to go to Chung. Chung was able to get it in the zone, but it goes right to a defenseman for Hopkins. They tried to push it up the middle. Nice stick by Ison. We're onside, so we can go. This is Chung. Chung slides it across. Hopkins knocks it down with a foot. Schneider sneaks in, but he couldn't handle. Now it comes out to Bear. Got out of the zone, and Bear will pick it up there. Bear goes far side to Schneider. Schneider picks it up just outside the blue, gets in on sides, and he battles through that check, and Ison will come help. Gets past him, and Hopkins will pick it up. Bear to pinch. Okay, came out here. This is Chung. He has Campa to relief too, but he pushed it ahead. It goes to their defenseman, and they push it right back to Campa. We got to hustle. Campa's in on.
That was an unpopular call.
There's a lot of parents sitting on that blue line that think that was not offside.
Yes. That was mighty close. It's always tough when you got a big head of momentum like that.
All right, comes back to Varian. Varian gets a shot on goal, and it goes to Hopkins. Hopkins D to D in front of their own net, now up to the wing, and Varian will back up. He's got Seppelt with him. Seppelt back now. It's a one-on-one. Good stick, good body. Puck lays loose though, and it goes up and over, and comes in the corner. That's Kaminsky. Goes right to a guy in the slot. Varian was able to get it just enough of make him panic and get rid of it. And here comes Kaminsky. Kaminsky to Bergman. Bergman looks, slides it into Kaminsky. Kaminsky, oh. We needed one more guy to be driving that net. And Schutz comes back on a back check. Nice back check by Schutz. He bumps and pushes it in deep. Good job by Schutz.
I'd like to see Kaminsky maybe hustle out of the zone a little faster there. Then we keep them on their heels after we had them kind of scrambling. But those things will develop over the course of the season, those little nuances.
Yeah, this is the third game in 3 days, so I'm sure the legs are
they'll be feeling
starting to go. All right, face off for Henry. Henry and Sowards tied their guys up, and it comes out to Seppelt. Seppelt now pushed it ahead towards Sowards, but Henry picked it up. Henry shoots low. Rebound comes out towards the half wall and goes to Henry. He settles it down there. Henry has a little time, a little space. He moves, comes over here to Varian. Varian now shot through a shin pad. Was able to keep it in for momentarily here. Now they battle it right at the inside the blue line. Sowards, Henry, and Varian. Varian, it does get out. Sowards,
the old rugby scrum. You got to keep a foot on the blue line.
Yep,
there.
yep. Sowards was standing just inside the blue line. If he would have shuffled a half a second sooner, it would have been all right. Eisen, Chung, and Schneider, Martin, and Faust. Puck goes to Hopkins D, and they go D to D and couldn't connect, so now they'll have to retreat in their own zone. Eisen's on the first guy to put pressure on. They tried to go across the middle, and it gets knocked down. Now this is Eisen. Eisen to Schneider. Schneider over to Chung, and it gets knocked down by Hopkins, and they're out of the zone. Hopkins pushes it ahead. That's Martin. Martin on the forecheck here, can't quite get the puck, but he does get the body, and it comes out to Eisen. Eisen chips it ahead. And now Martin. Got knocked down by Schneider, but gets to the point. Shot goes off of Faust. Good stick by Martin to push it against the wall. It comes out here, and it'll be an icing. Well, it might not be. It might not make it. No ice, and Hopkins has to retreat all the way in their own zone.
Oh, watch out behind you guys.
Oh, Martin tried to pinch, got past him, and now it's just Faust and a Hopkins player. There's 3-on-1 though, and Martin picks up the puck and fires it out. Shouldn't be an ice again, and we'll make a line change for the forwards. Hopkins was able to sneak behind the defenseman here. He's going to get a hook.
They're going to call a penalty there.
Yep. So Faust and Martin didn't realize with this long change that they got guys coming out of the box behind them. They made a nice stretch pass, were able to connect, and then he snuck behind Faust, and Faust had to reach and picked up a hook, I'm guessing, or a hole.
They call it a slash.
They call it a slash.
It's a tough one because you got to be able to play their stick somewhat. I didn't think he was up on the hands, but the optics of it when you're on a breakaway are never great.
Right. Everybody's watching too. So puck lays loose at the dot. We are on the penalty kill. Comes to that's Bear. Bear up to Kaminsky. Kaminsky inside the zone on sides. Kaminsky just fires one lightly towards the net. Goaltender plays it behind. Now Weider's there to pressure a little bit, and here comes Hopkins. Nice breakout pass there. They're out of the zone. Cross the red. They go far side. Stay on sides. Bear's in the middle. Puck comes to him. He pushes it up but not out. And now Campa will pressure. Bear tied his guy up out front, so they couldn't connect on a pass there. This is Kaminsky out here at this point. Kaminsky bumps the defenseman, now retreats to go help, and it's nice save by Anderson, no rebound.
I'm giving him one there, although that might have been going wide. I couldn't tell on the angle.
1:19 to go in the penalty to Faust.
Pretty even so far in shots this period, 6-4 on my count. favor of Osseo Maple Grove.
We've been on the penalty kill twice.
Yep.
Shot goes wide or all the way down. It'll be an icing. And unfortunately, we don't have running time today, so we just do it again.
You either got to get the pitching wedge out or find the accuracy and get that one on net.
Or off the boards and have it a good angle.
All right, big draw here for Ison.
Ison again on the faceoff. He wins it back to Bear. Bear chips it back in his own corner and he picks it up there. Bear now off the glass, couldn't get it out, but Ison does. Ison now walked around one, he needs to get this deep. He does, fires it up high and over the top of the net.
That's some zip on it for a backhand.
For a backhander up high. This is Ison now. Ison, good job of killing some time on the penalty kill. This will be shuts to pressure, and now Hopkins is able to get it past both our forwards, and now it'll be Bear and Campa back. That stays on sides. Gets out to the blue line and back in now, and it comes to defenseman. He shoots it off of Ison. Puck lays loose, good stick and leg by Bear, and now it's Shuts. Bear and Shuts on a rush. 2-on-2, Bear goes to the net. Shuts just lost it. Bear's gonna bail and go change.
Great.
2 new defensemen. And
great shift there for Ison, killing the penalty. Face-off win, lug the puck.
Yep.
Heads-up plays, nicely done.
17 to go in the penalty now, and good hustle there by Wydra. Good communication by Wydra and Kaminsky, and now comes to Varian. Varian puts it towards the net, gets knocked down by defender, and they pick it up and go behind. 4 to go in the penalty. Faust is out of the box. We're 5-on-5. This is Wydra. Wydra tried to go to Henry, but couldn't connect him. He's got a race now. He's got one Hopkins player to beat. Comes out to Kaminsky. Kaminsky tried to go to behind to Henry, and now Hopkins will leave the zone. Hopkins pushed it towards the net. Anderson pushes that to the corner. That was Varian. Now Kaminsky. Kaminsky walks to the middle. Has a little time. Pushes it here to Henry. Henry's across in the zone onside. Gives it to Kaminsky. Kaminsky at the top of the circles. Slides it D to D. This is Seppelt gave it back to Kaminsky. He shovels one just wide. Very into pinch. He keeps it in momentarily, but it does come out, and this will be Seppelt. Seppelt off the wall towards Kaminsky and Varian, but he couldn't connect. Now it's a one-on-one with little help. Anderson makes the save, no rebound.
That evens up the shot total for the second period, 6-6. Like to see those layers of pressure again, making Hopkins get through 2-3 players at times to get out of the zone. But I think we got to get our heads up a little bit and start moving that puck. Yep. We've got an opportunity a couple of different times to move it to open guys, and we're hanging on to it just that split second too long and not getting the shot opportunities because of it.
Right, so Martin pushed it up to the point, not out. They go D to D. Not a direct pass, but he's able to get a shot off, tip out front, but it goes wide. This is Ison. Ison shovels it up towards Schneider. Schneider out towards Chung, but Faust picks that up. Faust gives it to Martin. Martin across the blue onside, he fires. No rebound.
You know what? Doesn't hurt to get those on net. We saw one squeak in early.
Yep, should be on the ice.
Yep.
We've proven that works.
Yes, we have. That was our 20th shot of the goals or of the game. We are due for one here.
Ison, Chung, Schneider, Martin, and Faust. Faceoff lays at the dot and goes behind. Chung will chase. He tried to go back to his defenseman, but Chung was in the middle there, and he took it away. Now Ison in his skates, battles at the half wall, gives it to Chung. Chung tried to step away, gets bumped there, and Ison will have to chase. Ison bumps his guy, now Schneider. Schneider, nice job of keeping it down low. Schneider couldn't handle though, and it comes out to, he actually wins that race and picks it back up. Schneider pushed it to the middle. Now Hopkins has a little time behind their own net. He stops, looks, goes to the wing. Chung picks that off. Chung has it. He pushes it back towards Faust. Faust off a skate, keeps it in. Faust now it's Chung. Chung tried to shovel one up high, couldn't get under it, and it leg pad and then glove for the goaltender.
If that was intentional by Faust, that was a deceptive play.
It was for sure.
He made it look like he missed with a stick, kicked it right back to his skate, from skate to stick.
Yep.
That was a cool play. It looked like he may have tried to do it.
I think he probably did.
And that was unique. You don't see that too often.
And he got the Hopkins player to kind of bite on the miss. Uh-oh. Bear's got to chase. Bear one Hopkins player. He gets a shot. It goes wide. Good hustle there by Bear to recover and at least make his guy take a bad angle shot. This is
Schumacher's
Sowards.
the wrong guy to be flying like that against
Right.
us. He's got a whole head of steam.
They get it out to the dot, shot, rebounds loose. Anderson covers it up, and doesn't allow the third opportunity.
Quick flurry from Hopkins there. But as Ryan said, Anderson stood tall again.
Little line change here, all 5 guys. So Henry, Wydra, Sowards, Kaminsky, nope, no Sowards. Kaminsky, Varian, and Seppelt. Seppelt has it. Goes behind his own net. Looks, fires it up off the boards, up to Kaminsky. Kaminsky in the middle to Henry. Henry over to Wydra. Wydra has 2 to beat. Wydra walks wide, shoots, goes up off the glass. This is Henry. Henry stops there, brings it back around for Wydra. Wydra tried to go to Kaminsky on his backhand. He turns, winds and fires from the forehand. Goaltender makes it save. Here comes Hopkins now. 3 on 2 with the back checker. Good stick by Varian, and he has to retreat. Hopkins slides in a 3rd guy, and they do come away with it. That's Seppelt. Seppelt tried to take it away, couldn't. Walks behind, tried to ring it. Now it's in front. Anderson makes the save, and it goes wide. He rings it around, and it'll get out. And Wydra's on for pressure. Hopkins goes D to D. Luke misses the puck, and Wydra's going to win the race to it first. He has it. He slides it in the middle. Couldn't connect with Kaminsky, but now Kaminsky does pick it up off the Hopkins player. Kaminsky walks 1. Still has it on his forehand, shovels it up and over, and it goes in the corner. Varian. Varian has it. He knocks his guy down. Nice hit. Varian now walks in front. Oh, had a chance on his backhand. Gets it back, though. Had it in the slot, just could not get a shot off, and now Schneider.
He kind of went beast mode there for a
right?
second.
Oh, Schneider pushed it through to, this will be Henry. He can't connect. Now we've got a 2-on-1. This is Faust back, 2-on-1. Varian's going to hustle back as well, and a nice save by Anderson. He pushes a blocker into the corner. Up to Kaminsky. Kaminsky out of his zone. He's at the end of a long shift, so is Henry. He leaves. Kaminsky tried to slide it to Bergman, couldn't. Faust comes in, it's in his skates. Hopkins battles with 3 guys, and they come away with it. Martin and Eisen are back. Martin turns to attack. Eisen stays out front. Nice job of cutting the guy off at the post there by Eisen. Good job by Chung to get it out of the zone. Hopkins will pick it up and retreat in their own zone at the top of the circles. Now he's going to drop behind his own net. Eisen didn't chase him behind, good idea, and he made them go to the corner, and now he's still got it. Now he slides it up to the wall. Good job by Faust. Shot gets off the goaltender, goes in the corner. This is Martin. Martin pushes it a little deeper, but not deep enough. And now we got a guy behind our forwards or defense again, and he got a breakaway. Faust is recovering, and he gets enough of a stick on the puck to knock it loose. Shot went wide. This is Chung. He couldn't get it out, but he does now to Schneider. Schneider gets bumped there. Chung will pick it up. There we go.
Whoa.
1-0 after 2, my mistake.
I had it as 10-10 unofficially. I don't know what... 10-12, okay.
10-12 them.
All right. 22-17 after 2 in shots. Very even period. They did have 2 power plays, but we had a minute 36 coming back after the first period. We were in for one in the third. The boys haven't had a real tight game since really their first game of the year.
Yep.
So we'll see how they battle. I think you made a good point. 3rd game in 3 days. The break is probably a good thing for us right now, going into little Zamboni time. Overall, my only comments are we're just not moving the puck the same as we were the last couple of days,
yep,
and it's affecting us. There are guys open, but I really think once they figure out getting it low to high and maybe even doing some exchanges, it's going to open some space up for all of them.
And I feel like a few times I've said Hopkins has 3 guys on the puck.
Yeah.
That means there's somebody wide open.
Yep.
You just got to find him.
And there has been.
Got to win that battle and find the guy.
But I think, as we keep saying, this is a whole different game for a lot of these kids playing checking and fast-paced, and you run into teams like Hopkins that don't have a AA team. They clearly have kids that could play at that level, and you've got to be able to match that speed, size, and toughness. And I think the kids are doing a pretty good job of that so far. Hopkins is never an easy out.
Right.
You know, they're a good program. That's something, guys, for District 3 that we run into a lot. You have teams like Orono, St. Louis Park, not even St. Louis Park, I don't think, Armstrong, you name it, a number of them don't have AA programs. So you do have, you know, a couple of those really outstanding high-end kids, in addition to some really good kids that would normally play at the A level. So it's just something you've got to account for, and the boys so far have done a good job of playing collective bend but don't break defense, I would say.
I would agree.
That period shots were a tad in favor, though, of Hopkins, so we'll see what happens here going into the third. We are back for some third period action. All right, let's level set what we have. First period, lone goal by Mr. Dylan Henry. After that, it has been even Steven. 2 penalties on us, 1 penalty on them. Shots are almost locked up right now. We got them just by an edge because of the first period. Second period, though, it was about as even as you can get. Some of the big boys for Hopkins started to take over a little bit. I was really impressed, as we've been talking about Schumacher, but I thought Nichols carried the puck quite a bit, number 55 for them. He had a really strong period. So did Arnseth, if I'm saying that right. I'd like to see some of our guys step up here and take over. We've got plenty of skill to do it. We just got to start shaking them loose, getting those shots on net.
Yeah, defensively, we got to stop letting guys sneak behind us. It'll be a little bit easier now with the change because they won't be coming off their bench behind us.
Right.
But we allowed a couple of guys to get really grade A chances, and Faust had to recover.
I thought to myself twice in that period, I wish my son was using the bigger blade on his stick. So the puck hopped over it once, and then I don't think he got all of it on a slap shot. You just never know. It's those little, you know, quarter inch here, quarter inch there. We talked a lot about it yesterday. We're getting the bounces yesterday. Today, you know, maybe not quite as much just yet.
We got a good one.
But time will tell.
We got one big one.
Yes, that's true. Yeah, that's fair.
All right, 15-minute stop period. This is a district game, so it'll be, we have 27 minutes to play this 15-minute stop time.
Ryan, why is it 27 important? Because the game will end in 27 minutes, no matter what.
Yep. All right, face-off goes into the Hopkins zone. Goaltender plays it to her defenseman, and he goes D to D behind. This will be Seppelt. Seppelt keeps it in, gives it to Wydra. Wydra pushed it a little deeper, now Sowards. Sowards will pick that up behind the net, goes out to Kaminsky. Kaminsky over to Wydra. Wydra couldn't bring it home. This is Sowards now, and they get it out. Now Varian's got to wait. He does wait, and he gets it in onside. Varian
nice
will chase.
Play by Varian right there.
Absolutely.
Patient.
Good. Yep. Okay, so Hopkins goes to the middle. Actually, Kaminsky takes it away, and here he goes. Shoots, rebounds loose, and now she does.
That goaltender didn't control that. Went right between the pads, and it was loose. But she dropped down on top of it before anybody could get a stick on it. Sowards got rocked behind the play by Mark. I didn't see it clearly, but all of a sudden I saw him horizontal to the ice, but he shook it off and finished his shift.
Eisen pushes the face-off in the corner. Now Schneider will go chase. Bear steps up as well, and they don't push it to the wing, and now it comes out towards Chung, but he couldn't get to it.
The ice looks wet over there, Ryan.
Yeah, it does a little bit. This will be Bear now. Bear poke check. Shot gets through to Anderson. Anderson puts a save in the corner. Gets out front. There were two guys out there with Campo, but neither one of them could get a stick on it. Now Bear chases behind. Gets out to the point. Now it's at the wall, or in front of the net in the slot, and they go out on the wall. Chung pushes it up, but not out. Hopkins fires, no high stick. Now it'll be Campa. Campa out towards Schneider. Schneider into Eisen. Eisen, feathered one through.
Oh, I thought it deflected.
And an ice.
Incredible save there by Anderson in that scrum. Just like yesterday, he saved it, but he directed it with a save, getting it out of the fray in front of the net, alleviating some of that pressure. Nicely done, number 1.
So draw, Henry wins it back. Faust fires it up high off the wall, and Bergman's there to pick it up, but the defenseman had backed up. Bergman now in the zone, gets taken off, battles through a check, still battling, and now it comes to Henry. Henry out to Faust, but he couldn't kick it. Pass was kind of behind Faust, and he couldn't get to it. Martin chases, Anderson fires it up here to Schutz. Schutz got it out of the zone, but gave it to a Hopkins player. Hopkins goes D to D. Bergman chases. Good stick there by Martin. Martin pushed it ahead. Now it's Hopkins in their own zone, D to D. They get a lot of neutral zone regroup time, and they do a nice job of it. Bergman fires it off the ref, and Hopkins will come away with it. Lays in the circle, face-off circle at center ice, and now here comes Schumacher. He goes around Martin. Shot. Rebound comes out to Henry. Henry, nice pass out to Kaminsky. Kaminsky has 2 to beat. Now 3, now 4. He's all alone. Everybody else is changing. Goes off the wall to Wider back to Kaminsky. Now out to Varian. Varian shoots. Got tipped out front. Rebound lays loose. Hopkins is first to it. And they push it up. Sowards.
That was the recipe right there. We almost had it on the rebound.
Absolutely. This is Sowards, but he couldn't handle, and now it gets picked up by Schumacher again, and this is Seppelt. Seppelt turns, pushes him to the outside. He tried to go across. Varian got a stick on it and was able to take it away. Pushed it up to the blue, now out. This will be Kaminsky with a one-on-one. He's got Wydra and Sowards going with him. Gets it over to Wydra, just a little too far in front of him. Good idea, though. Big hit there by Schumacher on Wydra. Wydra battles at the wall. Comes out to Seppelt. Seppelt picks it off the wall, keeps it in, goes, did not keep it in apparently, and we'll have a neutral zone face-off.
Nice little in-game adjustment there by Seppelt. Obviously Schumacher had a lot of speed the first time around. Second time you saw him turn and skate with him faster and drive him wide to the corner, not allowing the shot the second time. Good heads-up play there when you're playing against somebody with speed.
Ice and face-off goes back towards Hopkins. They do another neutral zone regroup. And the wing will pick it up. Actually, the D picks it up, pushes it up to the wing, and now they're at the blue line, but not in. Eisen knocked it away. Eisen now. Eisen hustles in, fires from a bad angle, gets chipped, and goes up behind the netting.
Eisen's got some jump in his game today. He's looking good.
We'll have an offensive zone face-off here. Same group will stay. All right, Eisen pushes it in the corner. Schneider tries to go after it, but they ring it back around. Bear will be the pinch guy, and he's able to keep it in momentarily, and it gets pushed to the net, but goes behind. Hopkins has it there, up to the wing. Right on Chung's stick, but he couldn't handle, and now Hopkins comes out. Hopkins now, across the blue. Tried to step around camp, but Chung was there to help, and he does. Push it up towards Schneider. Schneider gets it out, and they'll go neutral zone, regroup again for Hopkins, D to D. Up to the center. He couldn't handle the pass, but Eisen couldn't either, and now they push it back all the way in their own zone. No ice, and we'll make a change. Campa's the only defenseman to stay. Got up to the blue, and it's out of the zone. A lot of close calls that they've had to make here on the blue lines. Not many in our favor.
Not yet.
D to D, Faust. Faust fires it in, no ice, and we'll chase. Henry, the puck bounced in front of the net there off the back wall. Henry didn't quite realize it was there and couldn't get a stick on it. Now it's Bergman. Good battle there by Bergman, but Hopkins comes away with it. Now Schutz with a lot of speed. Good jump there by Schutz, and now Bergman tried to get it, and Hopkins takes it away. He's able to get it from him now and shovels one over towards Schutz. Schutz pushes it wide. Henry. Hopkins now behind. They ring it around to the wing. This is Bergman on it. 2 guys there for Hopkins, and they come away. Good stick by Martin. Martin gets it back at the red line, and he fires it in deep. Now we chase.
It's a good spot for that puck, down and deep.
Yep. Good stick by Bergman, but he couldn't get enough of it, and Hopkins comes out of the zone. This is Martin with Faust back to help. Faust swings at the puck, misses the body, but it slides harmlessly in behind the net. And now it's off to the point. Shot gets through, Anderson makes a save, rebound in the corner. This is Martin. Martin goes high off the glass, up to the point, but not out. Another shot gets through. Anderson pushes it to Martin. Martin goes D to D to Faust. Faust has some time now. He's got Bergman on the far side. He tried to go to him, but he couldn't get it, but no ice. And we'll make a full line change.
Fire drill over there at the bench. Yeah. Thankfully, everybody got
long
off
stretch pass on that line change breakout. That's a smart play. They've obviously worked on that. And here comes Sowards. Sowards, he's got Wider in the middle. He shoots. And that's
what a shot!
Tough angle. He hits the far post and knocks it in.
Redemption after the defenseman decleated him earlier.
There's that finish we had been seeing all weekend. So that group will stay. Sowards is playing center now.
I was going to say they mixed the lineup a little bit, I think.
Yep.
I think they had 17 with them earlier in the game.
Wider now. His guy takes it away and pushes it to the D. Sowards pressures. They go D to D, and they're going to get it up to the center. He gets it to the blue line and out. Not offsides, and they'll have to regroup again. They push it back to the defenseman again. Now Sowards. Good pressure. Kaminsky's going to go help. Sowards goes behind the net, and they get it up to the wing. And here they come. This is good job by Varian to take the body. Seppel comes in to take the puck. Get it up to the blue, and now it is out. Kaminsky tried to go to Sowards. He gets it to him in his feet, and he picks it up. Sowards tried to dangle around a couple of guys. This will be Seppel. Seppel couldn't handle. Varian steps up. That dangerous play, but he was able to make it. And now
that one's scary.
Varian leaves it there for Kaminsky, actually Sowards. And it comes out here to Seppel. Seppel takes it on his backhand and looks. Fires it up. Now this will be Kaminsky to chase. Wider to pressure the defenseman in the corner. They push it up to the half wall. This is Chung. And here comes Hopkins out of the zone on Campa and Bear. Walks to the middle. He's got Bear. Campa plays the puck and doesn't allow the other player to get to it. They get it out, and they'll go neutral zone regroup. They don't go D to D this time, though, and Chung takes it away and fires it in deep.
Nice play by Chung there.
Ison now. Ison with the pressure. Ties
Hopkins
this guy up and needs a little help.
Float a guy high. We'll have to watch out for it.
Yep. Ison battles there. Nice job of Chung to pull it off the wall, but couldn't pick it up. Now it's Hopkins again in the corner. Up to Chung. Ison dumps it right back in the corner, though. They're doing a good job of just wasting time tying it up and down deep. Hopkins couldn't handle that pass. Campa steps up, but he can't handle, and it's outside the zone. He gets knocked down, but Chung is able to fling it back in the corner, and here we go again. This is Ison. It's out to the point. Bear takes that, walks to the middle, looks, fires, goes off a shin pad, goes to Chung. He fires wide. Comes to Ison, though, and it goes up and over the net. Nice save again by the goaltender.
6:54 left here in the third. 2-0 Osseo Maple Grove. We are getting outshot this period, 5-3 by my count. But the last minute or so was a great shift for the boys, bottling them up in the offensive zone.
Yeah, the puck stayed in their zone the whole shift there. That was good.
As you said, a little wrinkle here with Henry between Schutz and Bergman.
Right, puck goes towards Schutz. He battles with the defenseman there, ties him up. Hopkins has 2 on it. We only have 1, and now Bergman will go to the far side. Chases, makes him throw it away. He puts it up to the wing. This is Henry. Henry gets a stick on the puck. Good job by Martin. Martin got enough of him to knock it away, but he does come. The Hopkins player still has it. It's in Martin's feet. Shot. Anderson makes the first save, and it goes behind. This is Schutz. Schutz up to Bergman. Nice break out there by Bergman to come across and support. Bergman's got one to beat. Beats the first guy, or makes the move, gets the puck past him, but can't beat the check. Now Bergman. Bergman out to Schutz. Schutz looks, fires low, rebounds.
Did the goalie tip it into her glove?
Yep.
That was a wild play. Made it look pretty casual.
I thought she was going to paddle it to the corner, but she must have had enough of an angle and knew it was going to go in her glove. And
I don't know. Like I said, very casual about it.
Yep.
Worked out.
Soward centering Wydra and Kaminsky with Martin and Faust. That's Soward. Soward pushes it past the defender and takes the puck away, lays it back for Kaminsky behind. Hopkins picks it up there though, and they push it ahead. Good job of taking it away by Wydra. Soward pushes it down towards Kaminsky, and Hopkins will go retreat behind their own net again. This is up to the wing. Sowards will be the first to it. He pushes it into his feet, can't get it deep. Nice bump there by Wydra, but they do get it out now near side. Faust and Martin back, 2-on-2. Shot, goes up and over, and Renner reaches up, grabs it, and doesn't let it go.
I don't think I can give him credit for a shot on goal on that one. A little over his head. Yeah, forward line's got juggled up here. I think it was coming out of the second intermission.
I think you're right. Little locker room change. Good battle by Wydra. He gets it up to Schneider, who gets it out. This is Chung. Chung walks across the blue line, gives it to Eisen. Eisen in the zone. They had 5 guys back in the middle. There's nowhere to go. We should have just dumped it deep. Now it comes to Schneider. Schneider tried to go to Eisen. Eisen reaches back behind him and couldn't get it. That was Schneider now. Here's Schneider in the middle. Couldn't quite get it. Good job of Varian to keep it out, but they do stay on sides. We battle right inside the blue line. Varian comes away with it. Okay, Varian and Chung now, 2-on-2. Varian has it, stands his guy up, looks for Eisen. Eisen picks that up, walks to the middle, backhand, can't quite get to it, and he goes to the corner. Up to Seppelt on his backhand, he keeps it in. Nice keep there by Seppelt on a bouncing puck, but it does come out to Varian in neutral. He waits, has it still. He comes here near side, right on Schneider's stick. Schneider in the corner. Schneider ties his guy up, and Chung comes away with it. Line change, so we didn't have help from Henry. He was just coming on, and now Henry attacks the wing. Now Bear. This is Bear. Keeps his guy to the outside. Anderson makes an easy save, and Bear pushes it over to Kampa. Kampa behind. Kampa gets turned around, but the puck comes to Schneider. Schneider tried to go to the middle towards Chung, and now it gets pushed back towards Kampa and Bear. And one guy out front all by himself, and he fires it wide. 2 guys in the slot. Bear had 1, but they can't get 2 guys, and he was able to fire, but he fired really wide. This is Schneider with Henry. Schneider slides it to Henry. Henry shoots off the mask, and then Henry gets the rebound and pushes it in the corner. Kampa backs up with Bear. It's a 3-on-2 or 2-on-2. Bear's back. He turns, keeps his guy to the outside. Anderson makes the save. Boy, Bear almost lost an edge there. I'm surprised he didn't run into Anderson and knock him down.
That was a power move to get to the front of the net by the
Schneider and Henry. It wasn't Schneider, that was Schutz and Henry. Schutz gave it to Henry. He got a shot off it. It was kind of a weak wobbler, and goaltender freezes it. 3:25 to go, third period, up 2-0. Getting to that goalie pulling time if Hopkins wants to try to make something happen.
It's always an interesting strategy because goals against, goals for, I think in the end don't matter in D3, but if you're in a tournament, it certainly does.
Correct. Little bump there, that's offsides. Good call by the referee, or the linesman here.
Far side linesman was able to blow that one down, and the other one was just trying to protect himself.
Yes, he was. Finally had a close one go our way. And 3:13 to go in the period. Puck lays for 18 on Hopkins, but he gives it away to Martin. Martin fires it up high and gets out, and that should be good. Wider's going to put some pressure on the defenseman here. Turns him back to the short side, and we swing in and grab it. I think that's Sowards. Yep, nice job by Sowards. He reverses and goes back behind the net, tried to get it out front and couldn't. Here comes Hopkins. Again, this is Martin and Faust. Martin, good stick by Martin, way to keep him to the outside. Really good defensive play there by Martin. Comes to right in the slot though. Nice save by Anderson. He made himself look big, didn't give much, and the guy just shot it right at him.
You know, we've had a couple of times here in the last 2 minutes where we've had an odd number of people in front of our net with them having more than us.
Yes.
We've got to clean that up a little bit.
No goaltender now for Hopkins with 2:38 to go. They're going to try and tie this thing up. Yeah, our defenseman can't cover 2 guys in the slot, so we need a wing to come back and help.
Agreed.
Goes to Hopkins, they push it out to the middle. He gets a shot, goes off a skate, Seppel's skate, goes behind. This is Chung. Chung will walk it back in his own zone and buy a little time. Turns it back, gives it to Varian. Varian's going to chip it ahead. That's that's Schneider. Ice into Schneider. Schneider now on a breakaway with no goaltender. He should be able to hopefully hit the net here.
And seal it.
Nice job of Ison just to push it softly ahead where Schneider could win a race, and he did.
Nicely done. I believe Schneider had 2 yesterday, too.
2 today?
2 yesterday.
Okay, yeah, 1 today?
Yep. That was all set up by a great defensive play by Seppel. He used his skate, his stick, his body, everything to keep that thing off net.
Schneider dumps it in. And Chung will be the first to it, I think. He picks it up there. Chung does a good job of keeping control and brings it around towards Ison. Can't handle though, and it comes to Hopkins defenseman. Hopkins pushed it up to the wing, and now we back up. This is Varian. Varian and Seppel are back. Seppel, good stick, good. But there's a guy out front all by himself again. But Varian comes away with it. Varian up to Schneider. Schneider's gets it to the red, dumps it in, he'll make a change. Comes over to Schutz. Schutz slings it out in front. That was Berge, and he just went wide. Schutz tried to get it out to Bergman again and couldn't. This will be Henry and Schutz. D back to the far side now for Hopkins. Hopkins has it there in his own zone, walks in his own slot with Henry pressuring. He pushes it back behind to the defenseman, and they'll regroup. They push it out in the slot again, and Berge gets a stick on it, but he can't connect. And now Bergman pressures the defenseman. Chips over Schutz's stick, and now we got a 2-on-3. Henry's back helping the defenseman. Bear's back as well with Kampa. Bear gets a stick on it, pushes it toward Henry. Goaltender stays in the net with 47 to go. Little bump by Kampa out front. Guy fell down, no penalty. Bear is the only defenseman in front, but he's got help from Bergman. Now as it comes out in the slot, defenseman comes in, slap shot, gets knocked down. And it gets out of the zone, and now Schutz with a race. They push it past him, and they're able to keep, and they get it to the red line, across the red line, and now Bear's back again. He walks at the blue line, stays on sides, and Henry tried to whack at it, couldn't take it away. Bear now can't take it away. And Hopkins has it at the point with 11 to go. Bouncing puck goes past Renner and goes in the corner. Bear battles and wins. Chips it up towards Schutz. Schutz gets a stick on this shot. High and wide, and now that should be the game.
Well, they battled all the way to the end for that shutout.
Third shutout in a row.
Is that right?
I believe Renner against Centennial, against Hutchinson. Third shutout in 3 days.
11-11 in shots that period. Wow.
11.
All right. 33-28 in the end on shots in favor of Osseo Maple Grove. 3 shutouts in a row, all in one weekend.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good defensive weekend.
Yes, absolutely.
That's nice to see. We had somewhat balanced scoring today, although one line did have 2. We had Henry with 1, Sowards with the 2nd, Schneider with the 3rd. Overall, I said it I think early on today, but they just they were bending but not breaking.
Yep.
You know, they supported each other pretty well. Anderson obviously can really make a difference between the pipes. There was a couple of times when Schumacher turned that corner and he had nowhere to go.
Yep.
He had nowhere to shoot at. There is a term for what he was doing. I can't remember. It's like an acronym, but he had nowhere to go against it. It's like the reverse something or other, where he had one pad up and there's nowhere to go.
Yep.
And it's amazing how square he is so off to the puck. You can see him fighting for his position in traffic often. And it wasn't perfect today, but the D did a pretty good job of picking up guys in front of the net for the most part. Then again, 3 games, 3 days, dealing with some tired legs. Tired legs equal tired minds, and I didn't think they made that many big mistakes today. They just kind of played steady, and great way to open up District 3 schedule, I think.
Absolutely.
Now we have a couple of days to breathe, I think, and then we
have one more district game this week
against Armstrong.
I believe. Yep, and then we head to Moorhead.
Yep. So then Friday we start up again. Friday around noon, and I think we play again later on Friday night, and then that'll determine when we play Saturday, and hopefully all the way through Sunday. So we will see you from New Hope, I believe. Is it a away game?
I believe it's a New Hope game, yes. I think that's correct. So it'll be Wednesday or Tuesday? No, Tuesday, I think.
I think you're right. We should probably have a schedule.
Yeah, maybe, or look before we get going here. But anyways, if you're in the Hopkins area, OMGHA B1 White Bantams play right after us. So we'll maybe stick around and watch a little bit of that too.
And don't forget to tune in later